Paul, mission accomplished last night through to the next round of the EFL trophy. Pleased with it all?
Yeah, really pleased. It's always a juggling act when you have so many games. I think we've got 4 in 9 or 10 days. So it's always a juggling act. You want to go through, you want to play people who need to play, you want to perform. You also want the academy lads who've been doing well to have a look at them and see the ones who can play in that sort of scrutiny, and done really well. I intended to play a lot more at Notts County when it was 2-0. I was going to make changes and then we give away a penalty. So then that sort of forebode that. So it was nice to see everyone play last night. I didn't think we were amazing first half, but a lot better second half. We changed the shape. We played 3-5-2 really because I was trying to put loads of people in the right sort of positions to get everyone the strongest team that we could put out, and allow us to keep other players fresher for the weekend. So all in all, really pleased. Scored goals. Disappointed that Josh didn't get a clean sheet because Cash kindly put one in the top corner. But apart from that, yeah, mission accomplished.
Everyone gets really excited when it comes to younger players coming through. Did any of them involved last night really sort of catch the eye and force their way into your thinking?
Yeah, well, I thought they all done well. I was really, really pleased. I knew they would do well. They've trained with us quite a bit. Not that we've made them great, by the way. They're great players that the academy take all the plaudits for, not us. But we'd seen them around the players and all that. But I always knew that Tony would be ledge because he's the epitome of a packet of crisps on a windy day. And I just think an energy and a desire to get around the pitch goes a long way, which obviously I love my players to be athletic. So really liked him. Fapatu in midfield was really good. I mean, any kid who wants to shoot from 40 yards out on his debut is pretty impressive. So I thought he'd done well. So yeah, those two are probably my highlights. But you know, Dej played first half. I also had it in my head with Dej that he's got a youth cup game Friday night. It's you constantly like juggling fire, trying to work out, right, I need to keep him fit for Saturday. He needs to do well tonight, but do play Friday. Need to keep him fresh. So all in all, come away really pleased, and it's really good because obviously, you know, it's been well reported that the academy's been fleeced of all the top talent. I'm not saying there isn't talent, but obviously the creme de la creme has been ripped out of it, and you know, they're trying to rebuild the work what was done last year and this year, trying to rebuild a group. But fundamentally, we want a group who are athletic, who are brave on the ball, and the lads who played last night were definitely both of them.
Easy to get excited talking about the younger players, but one of your senior pros got a hat-trick last night as well. What good will have that done for James Collins?
Well, I mean, Colo scored over 200 goals, so he's used to scoring. I mean, I joked in the dressing room afterwards it was his first hat-trick, and I could see all the young lads thinking, oh, that's nice for him. I mean, I was obviously being sarcastic. But it's really good for him, and it's great for goal scorers to score goals. Even if we put a training session on now, if Colo was to score them goals, it gives you a boost. So obviously great. And the good thing about the seniors here, that, you know, I asked them to help the younger lads out, speak to the younger lads, help them in the warm-up. Like, they've all been young pros, and they were excellent at that. The same with Sonny, even Cash, although Cash isn't an old man, but in my head he is. Obviously, like Callum Eld hasn't been playing for a few weeks now. It just gets some rust off him. So for everyone, the game was really good. And obviously for Colo to get a hat-trick, I was buzzing with his header. My only frustration was we didn't put enough decent balls into the box. We hit a lot of first-man crosses, but Colo's third goal was befitting any hat-trick. So to get a perfect hat-trick was good. I mean, he stole the first one. I think that's pure theft. But fair play to him. And then the next two are very good finishes.
There was a narrative early part of the season about you struggling at home. You're now 7 unbeaten at Pride Park, 3 wins on the bounce as well. We asked you what was going wrong, so it's only right we ask you what's going right now at Pride Park for you.
In the early games, and if I harp on again, as I always do, but like Blackpool completely outplayed us. Oxford, we should have got something. Wigan, we should have got something. Then I appreciate we had a couple of lesser performances, but against Cambridge we were excellent. If anyone watches that game back, I mean, I love Cambridge, so I can say this willingly. We smoked them, but we just didn't score. And if you don't score, you don't give yourself a chance to win. And in the last 3 games, we scored 10 goals. And if you take your chances, you give yourself a right chance. And football is such a low-scoring game. The difference between winning and losing are the width of a post, a save, a tip. Like I saw Bolton's goal at Shrewsbury midweek. I wish we could have got one like that. So sometimes you do need a little bit of the rub of the green. And I don't think there was ever, and if there was, I'd have said, although it probably wouldn't have been good, oh, the lads are terrified playing at home. They're not terrified of playing at home. They played there, 90% of them played there the whole of last season. So there's no issue playing at home. There's no issue playing away from home. It's just sometimes, you don't get the first goal or whatever the case may be. So at home, the lads are confident. They always have been. I just think that, like I said, we had a couple of poor performances, but we've had a couple of poor performances away from home, and over the course of the season, it's going to happen, and that's why I always try and keep constant. I appreciate the emotional roller coaster for everyone involved at the football club, the fans even more so, that they want to see their team win every week, but sometimes there isn't a great deal of difference between our winning performances and our losing performances. It's just the goals. So fortunately at home recently we've been scoring, although possibly still not enough. We still should have scored more against Northampton. We still should have scored more against Exeter. So, we're going to have our scoring boots on at the weekend if we want to win.
Yeah, Barnsley at Pride Park on Saturday, now under Neil Collins. What do you expect from them?
Well, I've seen them play twice live this year, and in fairness to Barnsley, they are the perennial playoff promotion team. Every season they're in the League One. So they're probably, anyone who wants to be successful in League One have to look at their model, I suppose, but their way of collecting points. Whoever the manager is, they always seem to be in the top six. So they're always a competitive side, always had tough games against them. Had a few great wins, had a few crackings. So, me and Mitch went to watch them last week in the FA Cup. So we have a rough understanding of how they play. They have a DNA, as do we. So we know what we have to try and do, and we know what they have to try and do to stop us. So I think it will be two good teams. I think I'm right in saying if we win, we'd probably go joint points with them, which will be good, and we've really earmarked these 3 games to give ourselves the best chance to get 3 home wins. Potentially, this time next week, we could be in the playoffs, we could be through to the EFL, we could be through in the FA Cup. We might not be, but that's what we're intending to do. So I know it's going to be a tough game. They've got a real threat. Devante up top is a real threat in behind with pace, so he's able to stretch the play. So, if you press and you play a high line, there's always that risk. So a bit of, risk reward, but they've got goals throughout the team, aggressive, and a real, like I said, probably a good blueprint for a really good League One side.